Today we are going to have a session on self-introduction. This is Dr. M. Umayasi, Associate Professor, Department of English, handling the session. Moving forward, I will say the self-introduction has been part and parcel of our today's scenario. So in this world of heavy competition, marketing oneself is mandatory if we want ourselves or our job profile to be updated. With this small intro, I would like to proceed to the content. So this session has also, this learning component also has got a list of certain objectives. To begin with, we have to learn. So the self-introduction session gives us or gives the learners practice on facing the audience and acknowledging their presence with a warm hello. And it also gives us an idea about how to make a personal description of our personality. So to begin with, you can have hints like you can talk about the place where you are born and brought up, and you talk about your parents, siblings, the place where you have studied, your schooling period, the choice of study, hobbies, goals, etc. So the template varies from context to context. You may be asked to introduce yourself at various occasions like an English classroom, or it might be a job interview, or when you shift your profession from one field to the other, and also some team game shows and all that, or sometimes even in a large gathering when we are addressing a large audience, we may be asked to introduce ourselves. So based on the occasion where you are taking up the self-introduction, the template may vary slightly, and you can also add a few personal accomplishments. You can also talk about a few of your character traits, and you can use the present tense for this presentation to show that the skills are current, and you have to tailor this presentation to suit your audience in various contexts. Let me move on to the next slide. So the learning outcome of this component is that at the end of the sessions, the learners will be able to learn ideas of identity, multiple identities and their meaning, highlight the relationship between individual and group identities, and also it encourages oneself to explore aspects of their own lives that contribute to their identity. So these are some of the learning outcomes when you learn. At the end of the session, you will all be able to do this comfortably once we understand the logic behind it. Moving forward, we should first reflect a while on why should we take up self-introduction at all. So it is this speaking activity is encouraging you to explore from the known areas to the unknown, and it also boosts one's self-confidence. When we highlight our accomplishments, strength and all, the self-confidence is boosted, and it's also interesting to learn about a person's profile. It's a sort of self-exploration. You journey down the lane, memory lane, to talk about your personal accomplishments, and it is also authentic because the information is not borrowed. So, and it gives you an opportunity to self-explore the possibilities. So these are some of the reasons why any oral task starts with self-introduction. Moving forward, let's see some of the scoring parameters. We have when a self-introduction is presented for evaluation, there are certain points we have to pay heed to. They are voice. Voice is the first component that makes an impact with the audience. So we have to see that the voice is kept audible and also at optimum modulation and volume. And the modulation, voice modulation, should not be very flat. See that it is raised a little, and you can have variations of ups and downs. The tonal variation can be given, and also stage manners. We cannot abruptly address the audience. There must be a short, warm greeting, introduce who you are and state the purpose why you are standing there, and then you can proceed with the component as such. Then you have content. Content talks about the points that you have to have for the self-introduction activity, and the content should also have solid points, and they should also be well organized so that the presenter, the people or evaluators may have a good, see that you have a good flow. And also body language, as we stand before the audience, see that we have a natural eye contact with the audience, and see that you have a pleasant smile on your face, and all such finer things should be taken into consideration when we are giving our self-introduction, or for that matter any oral task. Moving forward, let us now reflect upon the words of Roy T. Bennett in this work, The Light in the Heart, where he says, follow your heart, listen to your inner voice, stop caring about what others think. So that is the first step to make your oral presentation very successful. So focus only on your intention, your achievement, your goal. That will give you a comfortable flow. Let me proceed. This activity can be taken up with a little bit of warm-up activity. You can have an icebreaker, and you can have a practice session also. You can know, to begin with, you can have faculty might have given some self-introduction, or they would have given a profile, short profile about themselves, in which case you can make a guess about your faculty, the place where they come from, or their interest and all that. From the faculty, you can apply the same parameter to your own self, find out your, just have a template like starting with your name, and you can also talk about your favorite color. And the teacher can also make students to take turn and explore themselves, starting with the names, favorite colors. This may be an informal template, but if it is a formal occasion, the template should be tailored to meet the objective. Then the teacher can also make students follow the template outlined in the objective and present. And also, once the presentation of their peer is over, the audience may give a gentle clap by way of appreciation, so that it will encourage the presenter to proceed further. Now, the activity can be done in 3 different phases. First of all, before starting the task itself, it is better you have a small note of reference. So this can be done by having a script of your pen portrait in a brief way, and also the students may be encouraged to upload the script in a class WhatsApp group, so that they will have an idea about the various templates available and the variations, plenty of variations available to introduce themselves. And also students will be encouraged to take up this activity further by collecting some sample self-intro models from social media or any other thing. And this is giving them an opportunity how each personality is trying to project themselves, how do they market themselves. Some celebrities' profile can be accessed from professional websites, like you have a lot of websites like such things can be accessed for having a variety. Moving forward, you have LinkedIn profile also can be tapped in order to find out the celebrity profile. Then the very first thing is we are making contact with the audience through our voice and through our personality. So it is advisable to have a pleasant smile on your face before you could present, or all through your presentation. And here you can see a small picturization of how it can be taken up, the self-introduction activity can be taken up. Looking at the picture, you can see self-introduction is given in the middle, and it also has a lot of branches. You can start with introduction. The opening statement can be an attention grabbing thing, and then you state the purpose why you are here, how you are going to tailor your presentation. You can talk a little about your family, the past scenario, the current scenario, and your expectations in the future. And the self-introduction also can have likes and dislikes. If it is likes and dislike can be categorized under different heads, like it may be your personal life, or it may be some of the aspects that you like about your school, about your life and all that. After that, the employment. If it is employment, you can talk about the jobs or career you have taken already. This may be for advanced learners. And you can talk about your leisure time activities, some of which may be music or sports, it may be anything. So what are the aspects that you like and what are the aspects you don't like. And you can also pitch upon the hobbies, which is optional. And finally, before wrapping up your presentation, you can just sum up the essentials and close it with a warm closing note. So this picture will help you to draft your script. Some of the variations when you open, you can have look at the screen, you can have a lot of variations, like you can begin your presentation with hello, good day, I am affectionately named as, and good day is an expression in the British English. It is considered archaic or old fashioned. It's no longer in active currency, but in Australian English, good day is quite normal in informal context. So you can take all such finer aspects when you are presenting, and you can also have for a variation for opening, hi friends and ma'am, I go by the name. Another variation is happy morning to one and all present here, and you can say I take this opportunity to introduce myself. These are some of the variations given for your opening, because opening always when even for professional speakers, the opening mark is used to be daunting in experience. So it is better you try some variations well in advance. Moving forward, these are some of the concepts which we can review. First, you have to think a while. Then have a draft, informal draft. Think of little anecdotes which can make your presentation a little bit interesting, and you can also customize the draft suiting the occasion where you are asked to present. You can also talk about or think about your winning habits that can add colors to your personality, a vibrant personality, and you can also have a brief profile and then wrap it up with a nice memorable quote and complete it. Moving forward, this is a micro variation of self-introduction. It is called elevator pitch. This is a micro variation. This is again self-introduction in a nutshell, in a brief manner. It should be given or delivered in 30 seconds. These are some of the variations people ask at the job interviews, and here you can see a live example of how a presenter is coming up with this micro level presentation of self-introduction. Let me read it for your benefit. My name is Chris Jacob. Here names can be customized, and I am currently looking for a job in youth services, and the presenter says that he has 10 years of experience working with youth agencies, and he has a bachelor's degree in outdoor education. He raises money, train leaders and organize units, and he has also raised over 1 lakh rupees each of the last 6 years, and he considers himself a good public speaker, and he has a good sense of humor, and he is asking the person whom he is probably a celebrity whom he is talking to suggest him a name who is actively involved in youth services. So this is only a micro variation. So you can just try some of your interesting factors or fun facts can be introduced or included in this micro variation, because this is called elevator pitch, because this presentation is supposed to be given when you happen to meet someone, some celebrity or any for networking occasion. When you meet someone in the elevator, before you could reach the destination, this is a small profile you can give to the presenter. With that, we have almost come to the end of our presentation. These are some of the resources which I have accessed in order to give this presentation. So with this, I would like to conclude my presentation. Thank you very much.